Get trolling.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions, but at the end of the day, who really knows? As always, I'm your host, AJ, here with my good friends Dylan and Michael.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking to you about the Night Stalker, the famous serial killer from California, also known as Richard Ramirez, or the walk-in killer. I don't know. I mean, he's got a pretty interesting path about himself. I don't know how else to describe that.
Pretty interesting. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you can really say it any other way.
Yeah. So old Richard Ramirez, man. He's a hell of a character. But before we jump into that all, follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, Instagram at WRKPodcast. Subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/WRKPod. Give us some funding. Help the show out. We want to bring you more shows a week, and that will be more possible the more patrons that we acquire. Outside of that, if you need links to anywhere, WRKpodcast.com. Anything else, boys?
No, let's jump into it. Hit the website up. Give us some money.
All right. So the Night Stalker, the walk-in killer, and the Valley Intruder are all names of an American serial killer, Richard Ramirez. He terrorized LA for a year with his sporadic killing spree.
Yeah. I'd also like to throw in the other nickname that they said, which was the what was it? The screen door
intruder.
The screen door intruder.
The screen door bandit.
That didn't stick too much.
Yeah, I don't think
It's not as sexy.
Who thought of that?
That's my favorite one, the screen door intruder.
So, go. No, if you got something to add, I was just gonna continue with the story.
God, there's another one too. There's another really good one. Fuck, never. Well, maybe it'll come up later. I don't know. That bums me out.
So Ramirez, he was one of 5 children. His father was a former police officer in Juarez, Mexico, but ended up working at the Santa Fe Railroad when they moved to Texas. He was said to be a hardworking man, but would often lose his anger and beat the shit out of his wife and children.
Just normal dad stuff.
Normal Mexican dad stuff.
So when Ramirez was 2 years old, he was struck by a piece of falling furniture, quote unquote, falling furniture. I mean, his dad probably fucking was watching WWF and smashed a steel chair on his head.
I didn't think about that. I was thinking, damn, how does a fucking cabinet or whatever it was, a fucking dresser just fucking fall on him, but only cut the side of his head, you know? I was imagining this little Ricky Ramirez getting fucking squished by a dresser.
I don't know. The kid could fucking pull on the drawers and the fucker topple over you.
Right, but instead he just gets cuts on his head. That does sound actually like a very aggressive dad.
When I was a little kid, dude, I fucking was playing in a cardboard box, running around in it, and fell in. And then
Sliced your head open.
Bunch of stitches.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've done stupid fucking shit too. That makes sense. Okay. Maybe he did fucking get hit by it. Who knows? What do you think, AJ? You think he got beat?
Oh, I mean, I would assume so. I mean, it's already on the record that his dad beat the fuck out of his entire family.
Cool.
He's trying to climb the dresser to get away from his dad. He just fucking falls on top of him.
Well, I think he was that's just a lot of beating the fuck out of your kids, because he was the youngest one, I think, right?
I believe so.
So, I mean, that's a lot. That dad gave out plenty of ass whoopings. At that point in life,
he was a professional ass whooper.
And he knew what to blame it on. Maybe he was running out of ideas, but I don't know.
Just fucking change it up. Get the dresser involved, you know? Becca gets the belt, you get the dresser drawer. I don't want to hear about it.
So sadistic.
Yeah. So then when he was 5, he was struck in the head by a swing, and it knocked him the fuck out. After these two incidences, it was said that Ramirez suffered from epilepsy after these two concussions.
He's hit by a swing?
Yeah.
No, what happened to John Wayne Gacy too?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought that he just got fucked by a clown.
Probably.
And then he was like, oh, well, I'm going to fuck other people dressed as a clown.
No, I think, yeah, you're right. Like, it was something about him getting fucking hit, too. And I don't know what he suffered from that shit. If it was, like, the same shit, the epilepsy or whatnot, but...
Well, I don't know, maybe just fucking it. You know,
maybe
knocked a few cords loose.
Right. Maybe the devil's, like, way of getting into kids' heads is, like, just fucking knock them unconscious with the swing set or something. I don't fucking know, dude.
Like, Damien, I did this for you. Just fucking the nanny comes out of nowhere and just hits you on the head with a cutting board.
Nice. But yeah, dude, that's probably why it's crazy. You know, if you get knocked around when you're a kid too much, you're gonna go fucking nuts. Among other things.
What are they with the professional athletes or whatever? What are they?
What's the? It's the Is it CTI? No. What the fuck is it called when they get so many concussions that they just
dude. They go crazy.
Punch drunk.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it could be definitely the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm leaning towards. I mean, if he acquired the skill of epilepsy from it,
let me roll a 20.
He rolled his D8 very badly.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, that would make anyone go crazy. That, along with everything else that happened in this motherfucker's fucked up life, dude. What a fucking childhood.
Yeah, I'm not jealous of the way this guy grew up at all.
No.
There could have been, I mean, I would take almost any other serial killer's
upbringing
over this guy.
Dude, this guy was just a normal kid. No one suspected a thing because he was in a happy home. His family loved him, but it's like here, it's like, it's fucking.
He was gonna be a killer from the start.
Yeah. Like if you were actually normal and you were brought up the same way that he was, I'd be so surprised. I'd be like, wow, you really aren't like psychopathic.
Well, yeah, and then like the people that like his siblings married and shit like that, and his cousins, like his whole family's fucked. His entire family's fucked.
Yeah.
So I didn't really look into his family.
I mean, his dad was a fucking cop in Mexico in the 70s. So
you know he's getting that cartel
cartel cash, taking silver to the bullet, as Pablo Escobar used to do.
Plato y Ploma.
El Pablo. But yeah, no, I mean, it's fucking crazy. So at age 12, Ramirez spent a lot of time with his cousin Miguel, who was a Army Green Beret combat vet from Vietnam. And he would tell young Richard about his war atrocities that he committed and the violent rapes that he would commit on the Vietnamese people, including showing him photos with severed heads belonging to the Vietnamese women that he would brutalize while he was over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he showed pictures of everything.
Yeah, he was showing him a lot.
Like what? I mean, was that more? You think that was like more of a normal thing back in the day? Like,
I hope not. My grandpa never showed me any of that shit from his Vietnamese days.
You better go raid his fucking closet because that guy definitely has some shit in there.
I mean, it probably wasn't that fucking brutal, but fucking dude, they on the TVs and shit like that. I'm pretty sure they had like fucking. That was like the first time they showed fucking war footage and shit like that.
Yeah,
and people actually getting killed.
Well, I mean, I know that the American Army did do a lot of really fucked up shit in Vietnam.
Like, yeah.
What's the fucking movie? God, what with fucking Charlie Sheen and William Dafoe?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Like when they ransacked that village and the guy's like beating the fuck out of the girl with the shotgun butt. Bunny, I think, is his name in the movie.
I'm really bad with movies.
God, what's the movie called?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Patriot? No. Something like that.
Yeah, dude, I know. It's Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
You don't even remember the movie. It's like, it's fucking Charlie Sheen, bro.
Yeah.
Going to Vietnam, fucking shit up.
So Miguel and Richard would smoke pot, and Miguel would teach him skills that he learned in the military. So as a young man, he was being groomed into being a future killer from the age of 12 by his cousin, who was a mentally unstable war criminal.
He's a criminal?
Well, I mean,
on like who's a core? Like,
I mean, fuck, dude, Bush can't even leave the country, and he wasn't solely responsible for.
But you know what I mean?
We're saying like
get caught by the army kind of thing, or was
it just like
it's like
we know under like the standard of like what would be a war criminal.
Okay.
Yeah. Got like dishonorably discharged kind of.
Not
thing.
that I'm aware.
Okay.
So on
someone who shouldn't be hanging out with the fucking 12-year-old.
Yeah.
Weird.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna teach you how to walk without making any noise, even in boots, like shit like that. Not something that boy needs to be learning.
No.
On May 4th, 1973, while they were hanging out, just chilling, smoking some pot, Miguel's wife came home from work and they started arguing. And Miguel said, I ain't having none of this shit tonight, bitch. Stood up in front of Ramirez, who was 13 at the time, and shot her in the fucking face. Right in front of him. He was found not guilty by pleading insanity.
So you went and fucking spent some time in a mental hospital?
Yeah, 4 years.
4 years?
Yep.
I know shit.
They probably went to Ricky and said, Ricky, what happened? Dude, man, she was trying to kill him. And she was trying to cut him open with the knife, man. He had to. I'm sorry, it's bad Mexican accent, but that's all I can muster up.
But yeah, he was they were when they would hang out, they would like look at Playboys and talk about killing people. Like that's what they did.
Hell yeah.
And so you gotta imagine this little Ricardo Ramirez fucking has got a stiffy, and all of a sudden you see someone's face get blown off.
He probably loved it.
He probably did.
I don't know. So they were talking about killing people and stuff before, like looking at. Do you think they were looking at Playboys and talking about killing each other before he shot the bitch's face?
Oh yeah. Well, they had been doing it for like a year. They'd just hang out, get high, and talk about killing people, how to kill people.
Yeah. So, dude,
marijuana is a gateway drug to serial.
I want to like see. Does it say anywhere what his like reaction would have been, like, or what his reaction was, like if he talked about it?
He just went on with life as if nothing had ever fucking happened.
I mean, just think how much fucking the police were fucking grilling him though, like on what happened.
Right.
There was probably huge interviews on that shit, you know.
Yeah, that's where it's just like weird. Like, I mean, like, how much did he question?
It's not like he was famous at this point. It would have just been another police investigation. It's not like they're interviewing someone that's famous.
But just how much did they? Because if he was there, like, did they know he was there? Did Ricky or did his cousin just be like, go hide in the closet, don't say a word, you know, type of shit? Like,
those are questions I don't have answers to, man.
I wish we did, dude.
Right.
How hard was he when, like, that shit we'll never know.
Must have been rock solid.
I would only imagine he was rock solid.
So after the whole incident with Miguel and his wife, he then lived with his sister and her husband, Roberto. And Roberto was a locally known peeping Tom and would take Ramirez along with him at night to peep into people's windows.
Oh, yeah.
That's just funny that you're locally known.
Rock solid fucking family he's got.
Locally known.
Blows my fucking mind.
Right. When did they move to LA again?
It was when he was like 22.
Roberto, get out of my window.
Roberto, not again.
Silly Roberto.
Sorry, Aunt Mary.
Sorry, Mom.
Dude, that's fucking nuts. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. He's probably like teaching his uncle a bunch of shit. He's like, Uncle, you're making too much noise when you walk. You need to wear darker clothes.
So it was when he was hanging out with Roberto that he first took a interest in Satanism and started using hard drugs, mainlining LSD. And but this is like one of those things where people are like, LSD made him crazy. But it's like, no, he suffered from some serious head trauma.
Right.
And then someone got killed in front of him. The LSD didn't make him do anything. LSD makes you have fun.
Well,
People who say LSD makes people serial killers have never done LSD before.
LSD made me crazy.
I think maybe if they were already down that path, I'm not going to say I don't think it could.
I feel like...
Well, you never know. Maybe it could help. Maybe it couldn't.
Especially like... his favorite band was AC/DC. I know we'll get into that later. But, you know, if you're listening to AC/DC while on LSD, dude, they're fucking talking about some fucked up shit in there, you know. And if you're fucking listening to this shit while you're on LSD, dude, you're gonna take this shit word by word, dude, and you're gonna fucking put it in this Bible.
Maybe if you're this kid, interpret it how you will.
9, 12 years old.
He was like 14 at this time, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
But you never know. LSD is a funny drug.
Taking LSD, listening to fucking AC/DC records, and peeping through windows.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe fantasizing about his cousin's photos of that girl with her head cut off, with her mouth on his dick.
Yeah, we'll never know, because maybe there was an American Ricky Minier, or God damn it, dude, I always fuck up his name.
Richard Ramirez.
Dude, it's too hard for me. But maybe someone else took LSD and they stopped becoming a serial killer. We don't know these things.
I mean, honestly, the LSD would probably help with his epilepsy, isn't that? Like MDMA and shit like that.
Be like the opposite. You'd be seeing way too many colors, I feel like.
I don't know. We'll never know.
At least the cannabis would have helped with it. That's what I took from that. Like his heavy cannabis use is like, dude, fucking, he's got that, country ass Latino family. They're like, oh yeah, we have herbal medicine. He's like, smoke some weed. Don't take the epilepsy medicine. Smoke some weed, man.
All right.
Fair enough.
Works for people nowadays. Can't say that it wouldn't have worked in the fucking 70s and 80s.
But yeah, I mean, that kid was going crazy anyways. LSD too, especially like doing all these drugs with his uncle too. That was like peeping Tom. Like, there's nothing you can fully blame, because there's every little thing that happened in this motherfucker's life to blame for him just being a fucked up kid.
Yeah, the only thing that didn't happen that fits in the serial killer criteria is his mom didn't make him go to school dressed as a girl. Like, that's the only thing missing. Everything else is there.
Who's to say he didn't do that on his own?
I mean, I don't know. I don't see a metalhead doing that.
Yeah, probably not.
Unless like someone mistook his like trap pants for a dress.
Dude,
it's not dress, bro. It's got chains on it.
Maybe people made him wear fucking girls' clothes. They say he wasn't that big of a kid. I mean,
no, he was a little boy.
Probably just got, fucking forced, by the older kids.
I never heard anything about him being dressed as a girl.
Because he doesn't want you to know. He's too embarrassed about it. I would be too. I wouldn't say anything.
I'd tell everybody.
Oh. So he started working part-time at a Holiday Inn while he was still in school, and he would use his pass key to enter rooms and rob guests. And one night, the guest returned to his room and found Ramirez trying to rape his wife, proceeded to beat the shit out of Ramirez, and then Ramirez was arrested, but the couple refused to testify, so the charges were dropped.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up.
Okay, so I got a couple things to say about that. It looked like a fucking perfect job for a fucking young little fucking peeping Tom. Richard Ramirez.
Holiday Inn.
Let me just fucking be fucking clean your rooms and peep on you and shit. And
it's going to clean the windows from the outside, like hanging from the rafts, like just fucking sliding from window to window, just trying to like squeak the windows as he's like moving along, trying to just see whatever he can. I could picture that. So I didn't even pay attention to this. So this couple that found him beat the fuck out of him. Why wouldn't they?
No, he was like in the process of raping the guy's wife.
Right. Yeah. He walked back in, but I mean, he wouldn't press charges. Like, was it because he beat the fuck out of the kid that he would have gotten in trouble almost?
But I mean, if they would have testified, then we wouldn't be talking about Richard Ramirez right now.
Right. So maybe dude was like, "Oh, come on, Ricky, come in my room and fuck my wife." And maybe Ricky Ramirez like whipped out like a 12-inch schlong, and dude got jealous, beat him up.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think that's how it happened, because there is like a police report about what happened.
I'm just trying to
spitballing. No one knows. It could have happened anyway.
Well, no, that's the way that it happened. The way I described it is how it happened.
Oh, okay.
But that's the police report. How many times has a police report been fucked up? Anyways, I still think that's right. I just don't know why they wouldn't press charges.
Well, it's not that they didn't press charges. It's not something that you press charges on. It's that they didn't want to testify. So the charges got the state didn't prosecute it because they didn't want to testify.
Okay, so that kind of makes more sense because like back then and stuff like that, you know, you don't want to really get like, oh, I got raped kind of thing.
Yeah,
you don't want to be that person.
Well, plus they're at a Holiday Inn, so they're not. It's not like he broke into their house. They're from out of town. Do they want to come back to fucking Houston, Texas every 5 weeks to testify in court?
Yeah,
makes sense. Yeah.
Plus, he beat the shit out of a fucking 15-year-old kid. So I mean, on top of that.
I feel like that'd be my fucking civil duty would be to come fucking testify against this fucking perv, dude. I'd be pissed. I'd be trying to get this kid in jail.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he would have just ended up in juvie.
Yeah, and then what would have happened then? You know, you're not going to get any money out of it.
How old was he at the time? Around
he was in high school yet.
Probably like 16, 17,
yeah, 16,
something
17,
like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Man. God damn it, Ricky. Can't get caught like that again.
No, really, no.
So at age 22, Ramirez moved from Texas to California. Within a few years, he would embark on a killing spree that would make him famous. I don't know if you guys dug up anything else on his early life. I wasn't too interested in his early life outside of the fact that his cousin Miguel, that shit I thought was interesting.
So, little thing about this though. Okay, so I didn't really read too much about Miguel afterwards, like after he gets out of the fucking mental institution.
No, I've never seen anything about it.
Because he didn't just like. I feel like Ricky would have been like, oh, went back to hang out with him, but I never really saw anything about that.
No,
the people said that. I'm pretty sure it said that after he got out that they were still like close and in touch. So I mean,
I can see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it said that after he got out, which was only 4 years.
Yeah,
fucking he was in there. So like, I mean, you're not gonna lose touch.
Yeah, before he moved to California, he was out of the institution.
Yeah. But okay, so he went. So he was. So how old would Ricky have been when he would have gotten out? And did Ricky move to the U.S. when his cousin was still stuck in Mexico?
No, this all happened in Texas. He was in Texas before he was 2.
In El Paso.
Oh, that's right. Duh. Yep. So yeah, they were definitely hanging. They're definitely smoking weed, looking at Playboys again, talking about killing people.
Probably.
Yeah, most likely.
What every normal cousins do, you know?
Yeah, that's all me and my cousins talk about.
Yeah.
Me and my cousins don't, but I think I'm gonna bring that up next time we hang out and see if they're into it.
You want to smoke weed, listen to AC/DC, and talk about our murder fantasies?
Nice.
Yeah.
If your answer is not yes, are we really related?
I don't think so.
My cousins would just fucking shun the fuck out of me. I cannot think of a single cousin that would be like, dude, that's fucking funny, Dylan. You're a fucking funny dude.
You're like the Carolina cousins would?
They don't look. They fucking never let me see their kid again. I gotta be careful about that. Yeah, it's whatever. I'll just do that by myself. I'll find a chat room online or something of people that want to talk about it.
Yeah, find a Fiesta server.
Yeah. Get reported, just fucking make a new account real quick, come back in, start talking about Playboys and fucking killing people.
That's the way to do it.
Right.
So, kind of want to jump into the murders.
Let's do it.
So, because to me, the story of Richard Ramirez, the murders and the capture are the most interesting parts of the whole story. The capture is fucking amazing. I can't wait to get into that. But so the murders, the first murder, the body of Jenny Vincow was found on June 28th, 1984 in her apartment. She was stabbed multiple times while sleeping in her bed, and her throat had been cut so deeply that she was almost decapitated.
Yeah, amazing.
Ramirez had entered through a window after removing the screen, and he only killed her because he was so angry that he couldn't find anything valuable to steal that he started stabbing her.
Was this a older lady, younger lady? Did it say at all?
Most of his victims were older.
Easy victims?
Yeah.
I know in the beginning there was There was like, I thought there was like a couple young ones though.
There, like I think
A few kids
like,
and shit like that.
He did some stuff to kids. I didn't see anything about him killing a kid, but he did some shit to kids.
I thought there was one about him
killing
killing
kids.
Yeah, killing a couple kids. But honestly, could I tell you right now? No, I don't know. Don't remember.
Who really knows? Not me.
But so this is his first victim. So be forewarned, it's gonna get fucking dark because the killing got him sexually aroused, so he had sex with the dead body.
I mean,
dying body or dead body?
Dead body.
Okay.
Not to be weird.
I mean, he almost decapitated her. She was not alive anymore.
So which part? Did you go through the front or the back? You know?
The front.
Either way,
like the
slit her, slit her throat down to the spine.
Yeah, and then did he like go in that through? Like, did he penetrate through that way or what?
I don't care to know that answer.
I actually am sorry, but I would just to know, you know. Mm-hmm. These serial killers are interesting fucking breeds, dude. You never know how fucking actually crazy they are, how wild they are. He's a Satanist, fucking loves blood, probably.
He does love blood. So he stayed quiet for 8 months after that until his bloodlust became too severe. On March 17th, 1985, he shot Maria Hernandez in the face outside of her apartment. While she lived from the gunshot wound, her roommate was not so lucky. Dale Okazuki. She was hiding behind the kitchen counter, and she looked up over the countertop to see if Ramirez was still there, and he shot her straight in the forehead, killing her instantly.
Damn. So the first victim that he killed with a knife, though, and then he went to a gun.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I think he always probably had a gun because a lot of he goes back and forth from weapons throughout this whole thing.
He doesn't really have like a fucking ammo kind of thing.
Well, he does, but we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly afterward, that same night, he came across Su Lan Yu in her car, and he pulled her out of her car and shot her twice. This all happens in the same night.
Did you take her car?
No.
Okay.
I don't understand that one so much. Where we're just like, oh, there's that Asian bitch in the fucking.
Maybe
she's got a Cadillac.
Yeah. Maybe he knew this bitch. It was like,
I know. It's like his landlord.
Right.
Sees her on like the corner of Sunset Boulevard.
He's just like walking up. He's like, just don't fucking kill the girl in the car. Don't kill the girl in the car. And fuck it, I'm killing the girl in the car.
His penis is like, do it. Do it.
Gotta stop thinking with my dick.
He's just got Emperor Palpatine on his shoulder just all the time. Just do it, do it, do it.
Dude, he knew it was a bad idea to drag that bitch out and shoot her twice. Like, doesn't make sense. But can't explain love, okay?
So on March 27th, he broke into a home and killed Vincent Zazara in his bed with his wife Maxine also in the bed. When she woke, she was beaten by Ramirez and bound. He demanded to know where the valuables were. And while he searched the room, the wife, Maxine, got loose of her bindings and pulled a shotgun out from under the bed. Unfortunately, it wasn't loaded, but the fact that she pulled a gun on him enraged him. And he shot her 3 times, and then mutilated her body with multiple stab wounds, gouged out her eye, or both of her eyes, put them in a jewelry box, and then took the jewelry box.
Damn.
What's crazy about this one is the year before this murder, he burglarized that same family.
Really?
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
That's probably why they got the shotgun.
Probably.
Dude, they said when we were listening to it, they were talking about, I think that's the one where the shotgun wasn't loaded because it was like 2 days before that they had kids over. So they like unloaded the shotgun so there wasn't shit in the house. So to think like he would have been dead if the stupid fucking kids didn't come to visit. They ruined everything.
Kill the kids. I mean, get rid of the kids.
Yeah. Like, just metaphorically kill the kids.
Exactly.
You know? Or theoretically.
Metaphysically.
Yeah, either way. Just get rid of the kids. And he would have been dead. That motherfucker, you're not going to miss with the shotgun.
No, he would have got fucking 2 to the chest, and the sword would have been done.
Yeah,
and he's too skinny too. Like he's not. It's not gonna shoot him like this big buff fucker with all this muscle on him that'll just come charging at you like a raging fucking bull. Like this guy was like fucking Slim Jim, beef stick, like
Mike
snapped
Perry,
in half. Like,
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
So on May 14th, 1985, he shot Bill Doy in the face in his home. Doy. But Bill lived long enough to make it to the hospital, but died there. His wife Lillian was tied up and raped before Ramirez searched the house for valuables. He did not kill her.
So who does he decide to kill and who does he decide not to kill?
I don't know, man.
That one was
He was
because
down,
wasn't that the one? That one was the one he didn't kill her because the husband was able to call the police, I think, before she he called the police and the sirens were coming before he had a chance to kill her, I guess, if I'm thinking of the right story here. But that's the only reason like he probably didn't kill her was because he heard the sirens and was like, oh fuck, I better get out of here.
Not again.
Let it out.
About to sneeze.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Yo, amazing.
Oh, I felt that one coming from a mile away. That was awful.
Oh god. It was absolutely beautiful.
So on May 29th, he entered a home. Like this,
my
dude, it's just
birthday.
a fuck ton of, just the month of May was just bloody.
Hey.
On May 29th, 1985, or no, May 29th, 1985, he entered the home of Mabel Bell and Florence Land. Using a hammer that he found in their kitchen, he bound Florence and bludgeoned her. And then he went on to bludgeon Mabel and electrocuting her using an electrical cord from the outlet.
So how did he do that? So he
had an electrical cord that was stripped, plugged it in the wall.
Lamp, right?
Yeah, plugged it in the wall and fucking electrocuted her
and
as she was dying.
Definitely fucking military fucking tactics.
After he had smashed her face in with a hammer, but she was still just fucking gargling on her own blood, started electrocuting her.
So this brings it back to fucking Mikey or Miguel again.
Yeah.
I wonder if he like got on their phone and was like, Miguel, I'm all out of ideas.
Yeah.
Give me something new. I need something crazy,
They
bro.
won't tell me where the fucking valuables are. Yeah.
So,
okay, here you go.
So he then goes back to Florence, who's got her head smashed in the kitchen, rapes her, carves a T in her chest, like on her tit, carves a T, then takes lipstick, draws a pentagram on her thigh, and then on both the bedroom walls with the same tube, draws pentagrams on the walls of their bedrooms.
It's just
let's bring some satanic shit into these killings.
Yeah.
So it's like the first fucking.
Well, he had a pentagram tattooed on his palm, and he would like show it to people, and he would like cover girls' mouths and be like, "Swear to Satan, like that you won't scream and shit like that. Like I'll kill you if you swear to Satan, or I won't kill you if you swear to Satan."
So it's kind of like these first fucking few murders, though, are like it's kind of like testing the waters a little bit, like.
Oh yeah, that's how every episode of Criminal Minds goes.
Is it?
Yeah.
And dude, it's crazy. It's like, I'm just gonna fucking do these little bits, and now they're getting fucking more and more ferocious.
Yeah. So the two women weren't found for 2 days, but when they were found, they were somehow still both alive. But Mabel died from her wounds later, like died from her injuries. That's the one that got electrocuted and shit. Dude,
if she would have been the one to live, I'd have been like, what healing powers come from electricity, you know?
Yeah, and then he took a month off. The only thing that happened in June is he raped a 6-year-old girl.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just this guy. Like all 14 murders take place in a year.
Good lord.
It's fucking crazy.
Had that fucking place on lockdown, dude.
Yeah, and we're like, dude, it's crazy, and it's all over LA too. It's not like just like one neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fucking
dude.
Sporadic.
Probably like fucking had fucking Miguel like driving him around and shit, like just getaway driver or something, you know, helped him cover everything up. I don't fucking know.
So on July 2nd, he entered the home of Mary Louise Cannon while she was asleep. And while she laid in bed sleeping, Ramirez bludgeoned her with her bedside lamp, until she was unconscious, and then stabbed her with her own kitchen knife.
Crazy.
So it's just weird, like the weapon it changes. Like
right.
The only time he uses a gun is when there's a man there.
Bitch.
Yeah, like, do you guys think, like, thinking about it like that, do you think that maybe that's because that one time he was trying to fucking hurt a chick
and
he got the shit kicked out of him by her husband?
Probably.
That makes sense. I don't know. Maybe, you never know, like, because he pulled that bitch out of the car. Sorry to say that bitch. He pulled that chick out of the car and shot her twice. You know? Well, like,
I think he was just riding a high at that point.
I just feel like, I don't know, man. I feel like for him, it's like there's like somewhat of a method to his madness of like, I just don't want to do the same shit over and over. Like, I'll do the same shit every once in a while. Like, I'm just like, dude, if I do the same shit, like, his brain didn't think of like serial killers, the strangler, the fucking guy who goes around stabbing
strangler.
People. Yeah, like,
I don't think he was fucking like that fucking smart about it, dude. I don't think he was going around fucking like, oh, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody with a gun this time. I think he was
right.
Oh, I got my hand on a fucking hammer. Bop, bop, you're fucking dead. Oh, a fucking nice kitchen knife.
Like he's at like Chuck E. Cheese's, like just trying to find the like fucking different ways to have fun, you know? Like he's just looking for the biggest way to have fun, I think, and get turned on or something, you know?
High.
Trying to ride the dragon.
Hell yeah.
Ride the dragon. Fuck yeah.
How was that not the word of the day?
Dude, I'm excited. Yeah, I didn't get to hear the end of this whole like fucking story though. I'm fucking stoked.
So we just got done with Mary Louise Cannon. So on July 7th, Joyce Lucille Nelson was beaten to death by Ramirez in her home while she was sleeping in her living room couch. And this time, he kicked her in the face repeatedly so hard that he left a clear footprint of his sneaker on her face.
Which that part is nuts as fuck. Is it like...
fuck. What kind of shoes were they?
I don't know. Probably Chuck Taylor's.
It was like these black, like...
they were like just straight black shoes. These fucking like...
Hot Topic boots with the fucking buckles
like basketball shoes. It was like... It was...
They look kind of like Adidas, dude.
That's what I thought. I thought it was like... I didn't.
Oh, you guys are talking about his real shoes. I thought we were joking.
No.
I'm like, I don't know. Chuck Taylor's the Hot Topic boot.
They were black and they had like Velcro straps and I don't know.
Skechers.
They look
shape ups.
Yeah, pretty much.
It looked like Adidas or Nike, something like that. It wasn't Nike. It was like Adidas or some shit.
It was like an off-brand Adidas.
But yeah, I mean,
Skechers.
he left a fucking face print with his shoe. Like that's fucking insane.
Yeah. Blows my fucking. Imagine how hard. I don't know. I don't even know.
I wonder if it like Adidas in their fucking face.
Just like a face.
How old was this fucking chick that he?
I think she was in her 40s.
I was gonna say maybe she just was so fucking old.
I could have wrote down all their ages, but I just didn't.
Do you think he had dirty fucking shoes? Maybe left like dirt prints instead, or
I don't know. I just said that he left a clear print from his sneaker on her face.
Well, I did look up the shoe. I forgot what it was fucking called, but it does have a fucking. You can tell, you know, on the bottom of the shoe. It's got the name of it and everything, and then like lines.
it'd be easy to tell.
Yeah, easy to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad they were popular as fuck.
Yeah,
probably amongst the metalheads in LA. Dude, being a cop in LA has to just be the fucking worst. Like a homicide detective in LA, holy fuck. Christ. Especially back in the fucking 80s.
Yeah,
right. They said too, like I don't know which murders it was. They said they found his shoe prints at other places too. Like, fucking, I don't know if that's how it started coming together or what. I don't know how it all came together, but fucking, I mean,
dude, that's like the biggest fucking, all these people dying, dude. You get a fucking shoe print on somebody's face. Are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck the shoe prints around the body, in the blood and the carpet, on their face. Like, oh, we know
it was definitely that guy.
It was definitely this guy.
And if it's a fucking some poor dude just robbing people, you know he's not gonna get new shoes anytime soon.
Right.
He had to have been rich with how much fucking shit he sold that year. How much fucking jewelry? How many fucking wedding rings he probably sold?
But how do you get it all off? They're probably hot
Pawn
as hell.
shop.
Yeah, but they probably hot as hell. You know how much you fucking the Coke man will give you for a fucking wedding ring?
I don't know, but I mean, we're talking about the 80s though, so it's not like they're using your photo ID to pawn items.
Yeah, I guess.
I just think he had black shoes. Like, he probably was like, I need these shoes. They're stealthy as fuck.
Yeah, his cousin, he's like, I need to get new boots. And his cousin Miguel's like, no, don't. They're black. They won't see your feet at night.
Right. And he wouldn't have known, right? Like, he wouldn't have heard any reports about them having a shoe print.
Not at that point.
Like,
that wouldn't be public info, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think we hear about that shit.
No.
Unless people say, like, yeah, I don't think they release that shit because it could mess with the investigations.
Right.
I mean, like, he's not going to know about it. He's like, dude, I got these sick shoes. They're so dark.
Your shoes are fucking slick, bro.
No one will tell it's me, dude.
And they make me jump an inch higher.
Dude, and he fucking did all this in a year, so he's probably thinking, like, okay, maybe after this year, I'm going to get new shoes. But, you know, like, I'm just going to throw away these shoes, you know? Should be a waste. Yeah. I got like 5 more people to kill before I get rid of these things.
So, on where are we here? On July 20th, after purchasing a machete, he entered the home of Layla and Maxon Needing. Bursting into the room, he began hacking them both with a machete, and then shot them both in the head, and then continued to hack their dead bodies with the machete.
So he's just fucking going at it.
Yeah, that's a rage.
He must have been in a bad mood.
That's just a rage kill.
Right. Like, I wonder what the hell these bitches did.
Dude, it's fucking nuts. This guy is crazy. Like, oh man, he's just fucking crazy.
Dude, that is a rage kill right there. I mean, I feel like a lot of his kills were kind of like rage kills. But that was like, yo, I brought my own machete this time.
Right.
I'm fucking ready, dude.
It's kind of weird he fucking went out and bought his own weapon. You know, most of the time it's like, oh, I'm going to use this fucking whatever's on hand.
Oh, you have a French knife in your kitchen? Fucking,
yeah, dude.
What's the knife block? Like, cool. Found my murder weapon for the night.
Right. You got this fucking big old pipe outside? Whatever.
Right.
Oh, you got a lamp on next to your bed?
I wonder if machetes were just in at the time, like... Maybe like fucking whatever movie came out, someone was using machetes.
Oh, like the movie
something.
Machete.
Yeah. He's like, damn, dude.
God damn it, Danny Trejo.
You took my idea.
That's what gave me. He's like, dude, this guy's badass, dude. I can't wait. I'm gonna go buy a machete. How much is it? Probably like $5.
Yeah, they're not that expensive for a cheap one.
They're not expensive at all. Did he use like a cheap ass fucking, machete, or was it good quality? You know, these are the answers that
like
we
the
want.
Bear Grylls machete from Shields.
Not good. I don't like Bear Grylls tools.
Gerber.
Yeah.
The Walmart brand.
Yeah.
Ozark Trail.
Damn, Ozark Trail.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they make a machete.
Just make your own.
BYOM.
Damn.
Bring your own machete.
Bring your own music, you fucking psychopath. Why'd you bring a machete to the party?
Why would you bring a machete to the podcast?
Don't just walk in, like, drops a machete on the table, like, all right, guys, let's do this.
Let's get it fucking on. I don't know whether I'm here to party or kill people, but
let's get blood dripping from it. What were you doing? Don't worry about it.
Cutting tomatoes or something. I don't know.
So later the same night, July 20th, he killed, God, this person's name is fucking crazy. Chanarong Kovaneth in his home by shooting him in the head. Ramirez raped his wife multiple times, stuck foreign objects in her butthole, and then beat her. Their young son was bound and locked in the closet after he came out of his room. Then he dragged the woman throughout the house, making her show him where the valuables were, forcing her to, quote unquote, swear to Satan.
I mean, like, what happens if you don't have any valuables in your house? I know.
You're just like a broke ass bitch. Well, we know what happens. The first girl found out the hard way. You get decapitated.
Yeah, I guess so.
I wonder what happens. It's like, okay, so you show them where the valuables are. Step 1. Swear your life to Satan.
Don't take step 2. Shit, fuck.
Dude, like that's like I'd just be like, I mean, I'd be on my last fucking ideas. I'd be like, okay, I fucking hail Satan, dude. Like, I see what you're saying now. He's a good guy.
He's such a good guy, you know.
The 3-step process to survive in the Night Stalker: hail Satan,
show him where the values are,
and have a loose butthole.
In case there's any foreign objects put in there.
Well, it says sodomizing. It just loosely said sodomizing. I'm just assuming that's with a foreign object, because if he's already raping her, it would just be like, and then he fucked her in the butthole.
Yeah.
Right. Well, no, sodomizing.
Because
I wonder what he put inside there if it wasn't his wiener.
A telephone, dude? I don't know.
You know,
ring, hello.
Have you ever played the fucking like those ones at the fucking park or whatever, and you're like on one side?
You just hear.
That's probably what happened.
You just hear like the bowels making poop.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
God! Call 911. Just shove it up there. Fuck.
911. What's the emergency?
Going to hell, but it's a good thing I just swore my soul to Satan.
Yeah. Swear your allegiance to Satan, bitch.
Yeah, that'd be the first thing I do. Be like, oh, well, I see you have a nice tattoo on your hand, dude. I didn't know if you knew this, but I actually
you listen to Slayer
Satan.
too. Just like, dude, I love Slayer, man.
What if you're just like trying to like bond with him? You think he'd still try to kill you?
That's the first thing I'd ever do if someone was trying to kill me.
If I woke
with
up
him instantly.
Oh shit, bro, you scared me. Oh shit, you like AC/DC?
If I woke up in the middle of the night and there was some dude in all black with sunglasses on standing at the foot of my bed, I'd be like, Black Sabbath.
Right. I'd be like, so are we gonna kill people tonight or what?
Are you my ride? How long have you been driving for Uber? Just kidding. I like Lyft more.
I do too. Lyft fucking helped me out of the jam, dude.
Yes, they did.
Dude, in like Minnesota, dude. Oh my goodness.
That is still one of my top 10 favorite stories ever.
Yeah, fuck. Lyft was there for me too in a tight situation. Fuck Uber, dude. Fuck all of them. What do we got next on the agenda? Who's dead next?
Right. So, August 6th, he broke into the home of Chris and Virginia Peterson, shooting Virginia in the face and shooting Chris in the temple. And then he attempted to flee immediately because Chris, after being shot in the temple, decided that he wasn't going to die, and he just started fighting him back, avoiding 2 more gunshots in the struggle. Ramirez escaped, and both people survived.
No shit.
Yeah, that's the first like family that he's gone after that has normal fucking last names too.
Yeah.
Like straight up, like I don't know, maybe that's all it takes is just have a fucking basic bitch last name. What was it? Something Peterson.
Peterson, yeah. The Petersons had superpowers, man.
Yeah, dude. Lucky bitches.
Get shot in the face
What was it? So what happened with him again? He like tried to shoot him and he missed, or there was a struggle between
He shot him in the head, and then he started fighting, like wrestling the gun away from him, or like wrestling him. And he tried to shoot him 2 more times. Both shots missed. And then he ended up getting away because he shot him in the head. And
wait, he shot Ricky in the head?
No. Richard shot him in the head. He shot Chris Peterson in the temple.
But it like didn't.
It's probably like a graze.
Yeah,
it wasn't too specific. The article that I read about it.
Okay. That's badass. Anyone who gets shot by a gun, I don't even care where.
Just like imagining Ron Swanson from that Parks and Rec episode. Why don't you, when fucking Tom shoots him in the head?
Oh God, yeah.
It grazes him.
Yeah.
Yep. In the hunting trip.
Yeah.
Just winked me.
Oh, why don't you foreclose on that home and then shoot me in the head?
Yeah.
I'll give you a raise and then you can shoot me in the head.
Yeah. That's amazing, dude. That's actually probably like based off of this story.
Probably. Most likely not, but on August 8th, Ramirez entered the home of Elias and Sakina Abawath. Judging by their last name,
yeah, they're probably dead.
He shot Elias in the head, instantly killing him. Sakina was handcuffed, beaten until she showed him where the jewelry was. He then sodomized her and after that raped her. She too was forced to swear to Satan. Their young son entered the room and Ramirez tied him up and left. And Sakina took her son to the neighbors for help.
So she must have swore her life to Satan.
Oh, yeah, she definitely did.
Yeah. And she showed him where the valuables were.
Yeah.
I don't remember the third stipulation.
She had a loose butthole.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, so, but her name was fucked up, so I'm surprised she's not dead right now. But
well, her husband is.
Oh yeah.
I mean, a lot of the husband and wife situations in this story. I mean, other than outside of like, was it just one so far that both died because she pulled the gun on him? Outside of that, he left the wives alive for the most part. I mean, when he came into like two girls living together, he was not down with lesbian shit.
Do you think he ever had thoughts of like, because so he came and stole from that house before. You think he ever had thoughts of like coming back and doing the same shit to the same women? Like trying to repeat it like the next year?
Possibly.
I bet you he had thoughts about it, but I bet you he was like, oh, he probably knew it was too risky.
He's like, dude, I could do whatever I want. I've got black tennis shoes, dude. No one's going to catch me at night.
Black Tim's all up on your couch again. It's a Kanye West lyric.
I think I remember.
Don't listen too much.
Yay. So the last known murder by Ramirez was August 18th. He broke into the home of Peter and Barbara Pan. Peter Pan was shot in the head immediately. And Barbara was sexually abused, beaten, and then shot in the head. Though she was shot in the head, she somehow survived. And Ramirez took her lipstick and drew a pentagram on the wall and also wrote Jack the Knife as well. So like he's like evolved, like he didn't think this was gonna be his last one. He's like evolving his MO. Now he's writing Jack the Knife too.
He wanted to make his own nickname.
Yeah.
He didn't like the fucking
Night Stalker. Yeah. He didn't like the booty hole bandit.
The fucking screen door intruder.
Dude, if he would have been the booty hole bandit, he would have been way more well known.
Yeah, for sure.
People would
have named their screen names after him.
Right. It's unfortunate. Fuck, dude. So was that was actually him trying to come up with a name for himself?
Jack the Knife? I don't know. I don't know why he wrote that. I've never seen anything of him explaining it.
Do you think he thought he was the America's Jack the Ripper?
Probably. But Fear Ye the Ripper. Should have wrote that on the wall. It was probably like a fucking song that he was Jack the Knife or some shit like that.
That makes sense.
I mean, fucking metalhead just making that shit.
Right. Just go to a fucking show, okay? Just go to a goddamn show. You don't need to kill people.
Go to a show, mosh. Fucking get it over with.
Right. Bring a knife, stab a few people in the mosh pit, then just leave, you know?
Damn,
go on with your day, dude.
Good ideas.
I don't go to fucking mosh pits anymore. I'm not in that shit.
No, I don't like that shit no more either.
I'm not about to get fucking socked in the face again.
You guys do the socking.
I'm not that kind of person, dude. I've been there, and there's people that are just way more violent than I am. I'm not trying to hurt anyone, but people are out there to fucking hurt other people.
I, for one, don't like when people are crowd surfing and they crowd surf over me, so I kind of like push them as far away from me as I can. So I don't know if that's hurting them, but man, sometimes they fall.
Yeah. I'll just never crowd surf because I think my buddy once got his wallet stolen while he was crowd surfing. It was either that or he dropped his phone or something and broke it. I can't remember which it was.
Probably both.
One or the other. Either one. Either way, shitty situation. Don't crowd surf. Unless you have your girlfriend hold all your stuff for you.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see that episode of Ridiculousness with Mac Miller? And he talks about how someone finger blasted his boy hole while he was crowd surfing. Some girl stuck her finger in his butthole.
Nice.
Probably a dude, to be honest. I mean, you just said it was a dude.
How do you... Yeah, like, I mean, does he only know because the fucking fingernails like sliced his butt up?
Finger. Skeletor finger blasted me today, so that happened. Like
the finger wasn't as big as the dude's usually.
Yeah, the fingers are a lot smaller than the normal dude, so I'm guessing it was a girl. Yeah, how do you tell? I mean, the only way you
hear a giggle.
Tee. just maybe he heard the girl scream out, "There's more where that came from," or some
Call
shit.
me.
I don't know. Yeah.
I wrote my number on my tits.
Right. I wonder who, like, I mean, maybe witnessed it or something. I don't fucking know. So wait, that was the last murder.
Yep, not the last murder attempt though.
Oh, okay.
So on August 24th, Ramirez broke into the apartment of Bill Carnes and Inez Erickson. Carnes was shot in the head, and Ramirez raped Erickson. He tied her up and left, but she was able to get to a window and give a description of the car he was using, which was an old shitty orange Toyota. The description was broadcasted, and a teenage boy the next day was able to get part of the license plate as it drove down the street. And the car was found, and a single fingerprint found on the mirror was used to identify Ramirez as the suspect of the Night Stalker.
No shit.
Yep.
So they used a fingerprint they found on the car to identify with all the prints they were finding around.
No, he was wearing gloves like all the time.
Oh, yeah.
But so on August 30th, so he abandons the car and then he goes to Arizona to buy some cocaine, which will come back later. But on August 30th in 1985, the arrest warrant for Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, was issued. His mugshot was blasted on national television and the front page of all the newspapers in California. And neighborhood watch groups, now knowing who they were looking for, began arming themselves with guns and blunt objects. This is my favorite part.
I want to be a part of that crowd.
Wait, so
dude.
they were arming themselves with guns and weed?
Yes.
And blunt objects.
Oh, not blunts. Okay. Oh, my bad.
No, there's probably some people there like, dude, okay, I want to go to this mob, but not if we don't get high first.
Did you bring your 44? Yeah. Did you bring your battle mace? Dude, totally.
Right? I'd be like, fucking leave the shotguns at home. If I'm whooping
You show
ass,
up
it's
with, like,
with
a
a
battle
3
hammer.
iron or something.
Just a battle hammer and just like, all right, let's go do this. Let's dethrone the Targaryen.
Dude, I'd be like, where the fuck do I buy a pitchfork? Where the fuck can you still buy a
Gotta get the
pitchfork these
pitchforks.
days?
Tractor Supply, Blaine's Farm and Fleet, bud.
Fucking hope so.
The Fleet and Farm that's going up. That's fucking huge as fuck. If you guys haven't seen that yet,
Where is that going up at?
right across from the Camper World and Quick Star over there off 20.
Oh, geez.
That thing is fucking huge. You gotta drive past it, dude.
Who's gonna want to go all the way out there?
People that don't want to drive into town for fucking Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
I guess if you call that in town.
It's right off the highway.
Sure, I'd rather drive on 20 to get to there than fucking go through
all that bullshit.
I mean, I guess from where I am, I have to go through all that bullshit to get to 20. Anyway.
All right, yeah.
well, like people like farmers off 20, dude.
Yeah, true. I mean, that makes sense, but
dude, this place is huge compared to Blaine's.
It's only if they have like giant fish tanks and rides for the kids and like clowns walking.
They're gonna
around.
have a rock wall, obviously.
Yeah. Apparently, they're gonna have fucking like gold fucking fountains, like everything you could think of, dude. I'm pretty sure.
I'm excited.
That's what I think about when I think about a farm and fleet.
Let's camp.
Yeah,
let's
right?
camp it out.
Fountains.
Right.
Let's camp it out to be the first ones in the store.
It's like the fucking Cabela's out on your way to Minneapolis.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
exactly.
Yeah, I needed
like
to see every single stuffed type of wildlife Minnesota has to offer.
Inside, yes, around a water fountain.
Yeah. So Ramirez, like I said, he was on a trip to Arizona to buy some cocaine, and he was gonna meet up with his brother at some point, but never happened. He just got some cocaine, and he's on his way back to California. Had no idea that his name and face was plastered all over the news in California.
So he left, and then all this shit happened.
Took a Greyhound to Arizona to buy some cocaine. He got off the Greyhound, and when he got back to California, walked into the liquor store, and a woman recognized him and immediately started yelling, "There's the Night Stalker!" And he just goes, "Oh shit!" Looks over, sees his face on every fucking newspaper on the newsstand, and immediately tries to jack some lady's car out there, but a mob starts chasing him. And this mob chases him through East LA, and he's chased by the mob for a little over 2 miles.
No shit.
Jesus.
This chase takes place on the freeway and through multiple backyards, and the mob the entire time was chanting El Matador, which is Spanish for the killer. And after 3 attempted carjacks, he was finally caught by the mob after taking a blow to the head from a lead pipe.
Damn. See, we don't need police.
Right.
We just got fucking mobs. Everybody get their pitchfork.
That did not work out very well back in the day.
It didn't work. Didn't work out well for who? It didn't work out well for fucking Frankenstein, and it didn't work out well for fucking...
Frankenstein wasn't a monster. He just needed to be understood.
Plus, you talk about all these killings that are going on that are just like completely fucked up, and like because even cops mess up. Think about fucking mobs of people just going ham. Like it's not gonna work.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, I mean, we do have mobs now. It's just not. They're not stabbing people. They're ruining people's careers on Twitter and shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. Or they're fighting out there protesting, you know.
Ruined my career on Twitter.
James Gunn, the director of fucking Guardians of the Galaxy, almost had his career ruined because of a fucking tweet he made in 2008.
Jeez.
Do you remember what the tweet was?
It was like back when he was trying to do comedy. It was like some like joke about homos. He got fired from Marvel. But they protested, and he got his job back to do Volume 3. But still, he was fired.
I want to see the video footage of this fucking chase,
dude. That would be fucking awesome.
Like
it's just a fucking ATM camera. It's just like this guy, like, oh shit! Like there's like
how many people do you think were in this mob?
I don't know, probably like 10.
I don't know, dude. That'd be fucking hilarious.
At the end of it,
there's like half of LA just fucking running out.
And if he just got coke, like how are they catching him? He's fucking snorting,
bro. Well, he keeps stopping and trying to pull people out of their cars. They're like, he tried to hijack someone on the freeway. Like your car door is locked. Plus, you're on the freeway in LA. Where the fuck are you gonna go?
Right.
It's so fucking stuck up that you're able to have a mob run through it without them getting fucking ran over.
That's shitty.
It just seems like the perfect like drop to like a bass song, like the perfect bass drop to a song of just run. It's the Night Stalker run. Just fucking runs around the street. Fucking then like thousands of people are just running behind him. Still, though, with him and his bag of coke, I don't understand how he didn't just
run out like doing the bag of coke. He's just running and doing like key bumps, like running fucking like road runner, just like fucking 40 coyotes behind him. Fuck yeah,
dude! What a wild ass thing! I'm so pissed off. There's no film or like.
I mean, there's footage. A movie where they reenact it.
If that's as good as I'm gonna get, I might as well. What's this movie? Do you know when it was released?
Like
shit, I don't know.
Early 2000s.
I'm gonna ask my dad, my brother, if they want to watch that tonight. Guys, I know it seems shitty, but just wait till the end. There's this part that I just really think it's gonna be funny.
You just go to like the scene selection, just like click on chapter 23, the chase.
The final run.
El Matador.
I wonder if he's wearing the same shoes.
I don't know.
Dude, probably. That's what got him caught. He wasn't fucking running fast enough with those. If he has some like Nike fucking cross trainers.
Dude, no, it's all about the PF Flyers. They make you run faster and jump higher.
My bad, bro.
We've all seen The Sandlot. We know what happened to Benny the Jet.
Benny the Jet? I don't know what actually happened to Benny the Jet.
He outran the dog, dude. He outran Hercules.
Dude,
where is he now?
Well, he started playing for the Dodgers.
Damn.
Played third base. He was the fastest, stole home at the end of the movie.
Yeah, I don't remember much about those movies. If that's like part of it was based on a true story, none of it was based on a true
story.
Except for the dog.
And everything else. So basically it's true. Forever.
I mean, some of it's got to be, you know, maybe not based on a true story, but probably strongly resembles a true story. So, I mean, I'll have to go back and rewatch that shit.
The Sandlot 2 sucked. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Wasn't there like 4 of them or something?
Did they make one after 3? I know they made a third one.
I know they're making a Boondock Saints 3.
Are they?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the second one. I've seen the first one so many fucking times.
Oh
I don't care.
God, dude.
Is there a second one?
Yeah, there's a second one, but dude, we watched the first one more than anybody I think I've ever seen that movie. Went to sleep with it on, woke up with it on.
That's what happens when you don't got cable and you only have one DVD.
That sounds awful, but it was a good movie. DVD.
Jesus Christ.
Do we have anything else on this big boy Ricky?
Oh, yeah. So the mob starts beating him with blunt weapons and kicking him while he's laying on the ground. And the police arrive and break up the mob. And he immediately jumps up, raises his hands in the air in fear that the mob is going to kill him, and identifies himself as the Night Stalker.
No shit.
Yep.
So he's been a bitch the whole time.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was a bitch when he was 12, and he's a bitch now.
That makes you think, but how old was he? He was like 24?
At this point, fuck.
Because he moved to California when he was like, what, 22?
Yeah.
And this has only been like a year or two after that.
Yeah, I mean, he's not old.
He's like under 25.
Probably.
Look at pictures, dude. I'm trying to remember what he
looks weird.
He does look weird. I can't remember if his...
And it looks like he's been not brushing his teeth very well.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I remember seeing his teeth all fucking jacked up.
Well, they said that fucking all the victims that lived, that's one way they identify him too, is that they said he had extreme halitosis, which is bad breath.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, they said they all fucking
probably doing a lot of
his
meth, not brushing their teeth first.
And that they said that his catchphrase, I'm pretty sure whatever victim said was his catchphrase was like, "Shut up, bitch," or something like. That was just his catchphrase, like every single time.
His catchphrase or what he yells when he's coming.
I don't know. Shut up, bitch, or I'll kill you, or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Swear to Satan, or I'll kill you. That's what he says in American Horror Story.
Damn,
if you swear to Satan not to scream, I won't kill you. And then she's like, okay. And then she looks over at her husband and screams, and he's like, I fucking told you, bitch.
Damn.
Oh my god. Yeah, these pictures, he keeps holding up his hand as to say, like, yo, check out this cool ass tattoo I got. There, he's holding his hand up.
That's fucking weird as hell.
Hand up there. Fucking, I'm sure there's probably more of him. Just like.
So his trial took place in 1989. Spent 4 years in jail before his trial started. And it ended in September that year. He was found guilty on 13 counts of murder, 5 attempted murders, 14 burglaries, 11 sexual assaults. And on November 7th, 1989, he was sentenced to death. He did an interview with the news right after his sentencing. And he said, he was quoted saying, "Big deal. Death always went with the territory. I'll see you at Disneyland." Fucking psychopath.
Hey, said that before he died.
No, he never.
Last meal was.
He didn't get executed.
Oh no shit.
No. So not long after being incarcerated, a bunch of women that were fucked in the head started seeking out marriage with him and trying to date him through prison. On October 1996, he married one of his groupies, 41-year-old Doreen Doy, which has the same last name as one of the families that he killed, which is ironic.
Weird.
Ceremony was held in San Quentin. This woman said to have an IQ of 152, but yet she somehow attracted to him and thought that he was innocent.
She thought he was innocent. Did he plead? I thought didn't he like confess everything he was doing?
He confessed to like more murders than he was found guilty of.
Yeah, because I feel like there was a bunch more murders than he was.
Yeah, he only was found guilty of 13. He confessed like 18, I think.
Yeah.
Some shit like that.
Well, I heard about a bunch of them that he would confess to that were like early on in his life kind of thing. Like
that could be. I don't know nothing about that.
Nah.
Do I need to go watch this fucking movie now?
So, he was never executed. On June 7th, 2013, he died in Well, he died in a hospital, but he was dying in his jail cell due to complications with lymphoma and chronic hepatitis C. He was 56 years old, or 53 years old, and he spent 23 years of his life sitting on death row.
Yeah, because California won't ever kill you. They'll just tell you they're going to kill you.
Is that wait? So once again, that is what happened, though. These ladies were like, "Yo, let's not kill him."
Well, no, they're still gonna fucking tell you they're gonna kill you, but you can get on death row forever in California because there's like fucking.
It's not like Georgia.
Yeah, dude, there's a waiting list of fucking years, dude.
Oh, because you get to file X amount of appeals and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't just go like, "Oh, you got the death penalty," and kill you the next day. You have like a lot of time to prove yourself innocent.
I feel like if someone rules that you are gonna have the death penalty, you should probably get the death penalty. Like if there's
a lot of people that get off of it. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that get out of jail time. I mean, this guy necessarily no. Why did you tape your fingers together, you fucking weirdo?
Yeah, I love it. Looks like Mr. Krabs over here, some shit.
Fucking looked like Crab Boy from American Horror Story Freak Show.
Dude,
that's kind of where
God damn it, Jimmy.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that are innocent that need to like prove themselves innocent.
Right.
But at this, I mean,
you'd be surprised how many death penalty or death sentences get overturned and shit like that because they find new evidence.
Right. Yeah. A lot of shit like, dude, these cops are fucking like, oh, we'll just fucking pin it on this guy because it's easier than fucking doing paperwork.
Yeah, or just not being able to afford a fucking lawyer.
Right. That's
getting stuck with a county defender.
Or fucking county offender. Dude, you know how much fucking money they make to fucking just put you in jail? A lot.
Dude, I wonder though, like what kind of, I guess hopefully I find out in this movie. I want to know all about like, I wonder if it'll talk about, you know, his time like on death row or like if he tried to appeal or whatever, like these bitches that were all after him, like what evidence did they actually not have on him that people would think he wasn't guilty?
I don't know. It's just fucking crazy bitches. I mean, fucking all serial killers get
a little fan
groupies. I mean, if that's all I need to fucking start getting groupies, fuck.
Yeah, I really need my band to sell some albums this year,
in the newspapers, bros.
FBI is probably like, oh god, we need to get a squad car at your house immediately.
Getting outside these boys' apartment.
That's all right. Then we'll be famous too.
Ready to assist you.
It was squad.
Did I say squad or did you say squad?
You said squad.
I said squad? Squad cars? Holy shit. Wow, the fact that I said full episode without going squad.
Well, it was like I was assuming that squad car or some shit was gonna get said.
Right.
Yeah. So word of the day, brought to you by Black Velvet Whiskey.
Nice. Dude, it's the good stuff. Oh, right? I think. Oh, straight up Black Velvet. Yeah. You must have drank all the. Wait. Did we have toasted caramel last time?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Oh, good lord.
I can't be trusted with that for a fucking week.
Right.
Are you kidding me?
I feel that. 100%.
I was drinking it when we were doing D&D stuff when you guys were over.
100% believe that. Oh god.
All right, cheers to the squad.
Squad. Fucking hell. Jesus.
At least the cup still smells like the toasted caramel. Wasn't the worst. Wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So,
wow. Mama, I don't know.
Yeah, so the last thing I really have is once in an interview, he said, I love to kill people. I love to watch them die. I would shoot them in the head and they would wiggle and squirm all over the place and then just stop. Or I could cut them with a knife and watch their face turn white. I love all the blood.
Everybody likes different things.
Yeah, I guess. This is shit.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. This guy. Honestly, it says, like, I kind of always thought with the one picture I saw that he wasn't, like, that like he was kind of like creepy looking and stuff. But I mean, fuck, like if these are accurate, he's got like his long fucking lush hair, you know, his like
some nice hair.
He's got some bone structure going on. Like this picture's fucking disgusting. Whatever this fucking picture is with his fucking teeth is.
You talking about the one where he looks like fucking he's got like Dracula teeth.
Yeah.
Yikers.
Other than that, he looks like a pretty fucking decent fella.
Yeah, fucking I was watching Theo. God, I think it was Theo Von. This has been a long time, but it's like 2 or 3 years ago. They did an interview with Theo Von where they talked about Richard Ramirez because he like knew someone. Oh, God, who the fuck do you know? He knew someone related, or he grew up on the same street where someone related to him died, and he was like, yeah, I'm way interested in this guy. And they're like talking about him. He's like, he's the best looking serial killer out there. I don't know. And so he described him, not me.
Well, I mean,
not over Ted Bundy, bro. That guy was way better looking.
Have you seen Zac Efron?
Right.
What?
That literally makes him look even better. That like at first I didn't really think he was that great of a looking guy, you know. But the fact that Zac Efron played him in that movie makes him like
10 times better
like
looking.
comparatively to like say Ted Bundy, that was more like thoughtful and you know knew what he was gonna do and I'm gonna fucking do this and then I'm gonna do this kind of thing. You know,
and then keep her head in my freezer.
You know, like somebody that actually thought his fucking killings through. What's more I don't know of a dangerous maybe not dangerous per se or what's more of the better serial killer? Him. Ted Bundy as the fucking methodical.
Well, he had more victims, so I would assume, like, if you're doing it based off that, yeah, Ted Bundy's way better serial killer.
Yeah, but Richard Ramirez was, you know, who the fuck is he gonna kill next kind of thing.
He's wild. I think he's the wild card.
I'm the wild card, baby.
Every serial killer group needs a wild card.
You know, it's like, that's kind of scarier than Ted Bundy almost, because you don't know if he's gonna come into your fucking screen door and eat your butthole.
Yeah, people were like locking their shit up in LA for a whole year.
Dude, that's just where it's like fucking awesome though. Like Ted Bundy was getting like caught and accused and shit. This guy literally had no fucking like idea shit was going down until he fucking comes back into town. Like
he gets off the Greyhound bus. He's like, oh fuck, I got caught.
Right, like there's no helping him, and then just full on sprint like. Ted Bundy's escaped a couple times, like ran away, got away.
I just can't get out of my head the idea of like this dude running through LA with like a backpack and just like doing key bumps while he's running. Just like, I can't stop. It's like a mob chasing him.
Like he said, I'm surprised they fucking caught his ass with all that fucking cocaine.
Right. Who out of the normal average, out of average people carrying weapons, to think of some guy who's just like drop everything, run. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's some athletic people out there, but if you're on drugs, like, fuck.
Yeah, dude. And you got that fucking
animal crack.
And you're like that kind of figure. You might not be. I feel like maybe he wouldn't have been that athletic, but to be that size and to be doing things he was doing, like, he had to not be the most unathletic person. I don't know. Had a good age on him. I'm just like want to see this video of him running down the street, dude.
Actual
I'd pay $50.
I just like keep thinking about that video of that guy running and all the chickens chasing him.
Is that chicken run?
Dude.
Have you ever seen that? It's like a Vine. He's like screaming his head off and he like pans the camera back and it's just like 100 chickens chasing him through like a chicken coop.
Yeah.
Incredible. Well, anything else you guys got on this guy? I don't really remember hearing anything else, but what a great way of it ending.
Yeah, the chase just fucking sells it for me.
That honestly, way more interesting. Like that movie would be way funnier, way better than fucking like Ted Bundy's movie. Loved it. Loved Zac Efron. The guy was kind of boring though throughout the film, you know?
Yeah. Just
kind of like, whatever, you know? This guy's got class.
He's got chaps, man.
He's got fucking black shoes that he's running through yards and shit, fucking away from mobs. That sounds incredible.
Yeah, for sure.
Hands down, #1 serial killer.
I don't know about all that. There's a lot more cool serial killers.
I'm sorry, but cool ways to get caught. No thanks.
Best catch.
Best catch. Yeah. You can put that on your Tinder profile.
How good of a catch am I? Richard Ramirez. Good. All right, everyone. Thank you again for joining us for another episode of the WRK podcast, where we ask the questions, but at the end of the day, who really knows? As always, follow us on Twitter at WRKPod, on Instagram at WRKPodcast, and hit up the Patreon, patreon.com/WRKPod. Need links to any of that, or you just want to see some cool pictures of us and stuff like that you don't see, or they're on Instagram too, but hit up the website, get some traffic going there. Other than that, just have a good whatever time of day you're listening to this. Yeah.
See us tomorrow on the fucking D&D podcast.
Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be launching D&D. You can watch that live on YouTube at youtube.com/WRK Games.